Hello everyone, today this is going to be a speed paint video, but a little bit different. So let me explain the differences. For this speed paint video, I will be explaining some of the backstories behind these, speed paints. And to clarify, these are my, stories, or if you want to call them something else, but these are my stories that I came up for these speed paints, so they are mine, they're not somebody else's, I promise, they're mine. Yeah. So let's get into it, and yes, I will be giving credit to the original people who made these. Basically, my speed paints I just color in because I don't have nothing better else to do. I get bored and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna do this and make a video out of it because I sometimes don't have video ideas, and all us YouTubers have had that at least 2 million times happen to us, but that's not the point. Let's just, honestly, I don't even know why I made this intro so freaking long. Let's just get into the speed paints. For the first speed paint, this is the original person who made the outline and everything. By the way, I will only be giving credit to 2 people for this video because I have 2 other speed paints, but it took me forever to find the pictures originally, so it's gonna take me probably 10 million years to find the actual people who made the outlines, so I do apologize for that, but let's get into the speed paints. So this is the first speed paint, and the story behind this is Donnie, ever since he found out that he was flexible, he's been training his flexibility to be more agile in battle. And the first person who actually found out that he was so flexible was in fact Leo. And let's just say after that, everybody soon found out because Leo tattletaled because he just thought it was so cool and he couldn't keep his mouth shut. But all beside the point. And ever since everyone found out, they've all been amazed by Donnie's flexibility. And that's the story behind the speed paint. Okay, so let's hope the audio does not cut out on these speed paints. So these speed paints are going to be a set together because they're the same 3. But the story behind these speed paints is, ever since Donnie was a little turtle tot, he would be the turtle tot to always get sick. Like, he would get sick the most. All the turtle tots would get sick at least sometimes, but Donnie would get sick the most. And because of this, he would always cry because he hates being sick. And we can see that in so many comic dubs because every time he gets sick, he's away from his work, and I freaking love it. Anyway, besides that whole loving thing that I had, and since Donnie would always get sick a lot, he would always cry. But luckily for Donnie, on this particular day, Leo was there, and Leo is I feel like Leo would be the turtle tot to be like the most energetic besides Mikey, and he would always care about Donnie the most because, you know, they're twins and like they love each other, even though that Donnie doesn't really show it. We can tell that he just loves Leo, and yes. Any whizzle, so Leo was there on this day, and he always disliked when Donnie cried, so he helped Donnie and he just comforted him, and it's adorable. By the way, credit to this person for making the outlines. Let's get on to the last two speed paints. Okay, so this is the saddest speed paint out of all of them, and I'm slightly ready for it, but not, because I actually made a sad story behind it, and I totally did not listen to depressing music while making this. What? Anyway, so the story behind this one is, Raph and Leo were having their, fights, one of their fights as usual, and we can see them fighting kind of a lot in the show, and it's really sad, but it's also like, it's just sad, and I don't like it, but it builds character for some odd reason. My brain just thought of that, but we're gonna ignore it. So Leo and Raph were having one of those fights, and Mikey hates when either of his brothers fight, especially Raph and Leo, because it's just been constantly going on. And he just started crying and bawling his eyes out, because he just hates when he sees his brothers fighting. And the reason why Donnie is slightly crying in this is because he hates seeing Mikey cry. And the reason why it's because he hates seeing Mikey cry, he dislikes when either of his brothers cry, but it's, in this picture, I feel like he really, really hates Mikey is crying here, because we can see in the show, and we can confirm that Mikey is Donnie's favorite. You cannot change my mind. Mikey is Donnie's favorite, okay? But that's the sad story behind this speed paint. And for this last speed paint, I know, alas, the last speed paint, but it's not the last speed paint that I'll ever do, so keep in mind. But the story behind this speed paint is, as you can see, I'm making Raph look the same as if he wasn't a child, because for this story, let's just say that Donnie tricked Raph into doing one of his experiments, but we're not going to talk about that. And so he got turned into a child, and in this story, it's kind of like Rise of the Parallel. All the 2012 TMNT characters are there, and so 2012, Raph decided to just step in, and you cannot change my mind on this either. He would be the perfect, father for Rise Raph. I can just see it. But, yeah, so 2012 Raph stepped in, and he basically kind of took care of Rise Raph until he turned back into normal form. But that is it for this speed paint video. I hope you all have enjoyed, and subscribe for more chaos.